Okay, this is my buddy Ronnie's 86 El Camino. This is LM7, iron block, aluminum heads, 5.3 with a 4L60E. We have a Terminator X Max for engine and transmission control. Let's go over what we got. This radiator came with the car when he got it. This is an aluminum upgrade. So the transmission cooler lines, I just ran -6 from the transmission to the top and bottom. I cut the stock hard lines so I kept the fitting that's in there, and I just clamped it to the -6. The upper line, this was blocked off, but I got a fitting, put it, this goes to the steam port. The upper radiator line, the overflow, goes to the expansion tank, and the lower hose from the expansion tank goes to the front heater core line. This from the radiator, from the expansion tank, it's supposed to be plumbed into that overflow, the stock overflow, but no parts source has the right fucking line, and we'll deal with that later. It's a K&N filter. We have an intake coming to put it over there. So this is just for now. The intake came with a stock like EGR plug, metal plug. So I drilled a hole out, put a rubber grommet, and I got the intake air temp sensor in there. This belt is a K060772. If you need a belt. It took me 3-4 belts just to figure out which is the right length for it. Move this shit up for me. ICT billet, alternator, and power steering pump bracket adapter doodad to get the power steering pump pulley closer towards the engine block, because if not, it would hit the box, whatnot. The stock power steering pump will work with the lines that came in here. Don't bind the lines. You got the car like that, they just put sleeves over shit because they think it's fancy. Also plastic caps to fucking dress up the motor, whatever. He's gonna get that all painted or whatever. Anyway, so all you gotta do is, this is from the V-belt system from Small Block Chevy, is to take this big nut out. This is, and then it'll fit in the back of the one from the LS. And obviously the return is non-pressurized, so you don't have to worry about that. Got the ICT billet, come on, the clamshell adapter, let's swap bracket mounts for the engine mounts, flashlight. What else? We just got this cheap AutoZone fuse box breakout doodad, got main power going to it, all that shit. This is a Holly, the ground signal for the relay for the fan, which is right there, and it's fused, so it just sends a ground signal, clicks the relay, the fans turn on. I already told him he needs a shroud. Just running the engine for like a half an hour, whatever, get up to temp. It idles around like, I think 200 or something like that. But with a shroud, it'll be a lot better. Is that everything in the engine bay? I think so. So the exhaust works. Not perfect, but it works. It needs some working. Got some nice Kragers on this bad boy. Get under this thing. So right now, stop. I got this AutoZone Slinky exhaust, so the exhaust has enough length so the wideband reads correctly. The wideband, I had it pointed up there. So as you can see, it's really close and whatnot. So we're gonna take it to an exhaust shop, have them cut the V-band off and angle this down, and that's gonna get the main power for the starter. So you saw zip tie, that's gonna get wrapped. As you can see, the transmission cooler line and the harness is in this thing already wrapped. So we're gonna wrap these and possibly extend them so they can get closer outboard. This is an A body, and if you want the maximum oil pan clearance, get the Holley 302 pan or the Chinese knockoff. I think it's like a TSP or TPS or whatever thing is called. So 4L60E, because that's what came when he bought the engine. He had a G-Force transmission cross member. The website said it would work with the 4L60E, and it does. You just have to drill one hole out on that side. I think this car has the extended frame rail. I think that's what it is. I'm not too familiar with these cars. We have an MSD inline fuel pump. We have an Aeromotive 10 micron pre-filter. Don't worry about that clamp. We're waiting on the drive shaft. So we're gonna try using his stock drive shaft and get it cut down to fit. That's supposed to arrive today. The return line for the fuel is over there. The tape is just there for when I cut it. And if you see the clamps like far back, is because the tube is about, the hard line is about 2 inches inside of there. So that's that for that. Let me get up. So right now it's just laying there. The X-Max we're gonna put in the glove box. He has a B&M Pro Ratchet shifter. He has an autometer digital gauge. He got that a little while after he got the car. Instead of getting the Pro Dash, this, that, and the other. Takes a while to boot up, but then again. So that's what he has. Some wiring the outputs into the gauge and whatnot. Oh, we have the oil pressure adapter. He was running a mechanical gauge. We got the adapter to run into the digital dash from ICT billet as well. Feed and return, stock fuel pressure regulator. I don't know if I mentioned this, but he has a, yeah, I did mention it. The tube we're gonna run over here for the intake. Let's start it up. You can hear it. Exhaust done, but everything works. Also, the driver's side exhaust from where the V-bend is, just kick this over there. Fucking exhaust, motherfucker. Let's go around this side. There's a cross member. I think it was one of these holes you have to drill out, but whatever. Oh, here's the shifter, the line. We're gonna do something about the routing so the exhaust doesn't get it too hot. That's for later. As you can see, can you see it? And the exhaust is really close to the oil filter and is actually touching that bolt for the little 2-bolt thing on the side of the oil pan. So we're gonna get that cut and angled outboard. Right now it's not a problem because we don't really run it more than an hour or two. with no load, just to get things up to temp and make sure it's cooling. Gonna have them tied into this exhaust, and that's about it. Again, this is Ronnie's 86 El Camino. Later.